Well, as parents, we naturally want the best for our children. We want to help them gain independence in all facets of their lives, including financial independence. So conversations surrounding money, they can be uncomfortable, but you're in luck because financial expert Buffie Purselle is here to help us start the conversation and work toward financial independence for them and freedom for us. Hi, Buffie.
Hi.
I'm so happy to see you.
It's happy to see you too.
I love you. I see you often on Instagram, but you're in the flesh and I'm so excited. Let's start in with, okay, you say that nearly half of parents with adult children are providing financial support.
Yes.
That's crazy.
It is crazy. From like paying for their childcare for their kids, paying for their rent. They're paying on average about $1,400 a month for their adult children to make the ends meet. It's crazy.
Okay, now that you say that though, my parents did help me with I'm like, wait a second, they did help me with some of my, like for summer school, like they would do that, but it's not like, I'm not on their payroll or anything.
Right.
But what are common mistakes that parents make which inevitably promote financial dependence in our kids?
Not setting expectations.
Okay, how do we do that? You're like, how much time do I have?
Yeah, I need about an hour for that.
Okay.
But having a money tree in the backyard, and so every time your adult child comes and says, "Hey, I need some money," you say, "Darling, just go in the backyard and pull off a leaf from the money tree, and it's fine."
Right.
And not having conversations about money. I don't know why that's so taboo with parents and kids. We need to start having open and honest discussions about money.
Wasn't it? Is it important then? Because I mean, I'm the parent that's always like, "Do you know how much that costs? Do you know?" I mean, I want them to know that everything, and they have saved up. They've been saving. They're 10 and 7, my oldest, and they've been saving forever, and they have like $200. I'm like, you know, that will buy you nothing.
Well,
I mean, it'll buy you something, but I mean, they want an iPad. I'm like, that's not going to get you an iPad.
No, but we're going to get to where we teach them about investing that money so that money makes money for them instead of sitting in that piggy bank.
All right, I like what you're saying, Buffy. Okay, so how do we start then having, like you mentioned, open and honest conversations about finances?
We need to teach our kids financial literacy. I mean, the schools are now realizing that we need to do that, as early as middle school. And sometimes parents don't know about financial literacy. So I think a good exercise would be to learn together. There's so many resources out there, it doesn't make any sense for you not to do that. We need to set boundaries. We need to give them a bill to pay.
Okay, and well, I see it, number 3 there says charge rent.
Yes.
So charge them rent for living in my home.
I feel like if your adult child is living at home and isn't in college, they should pay a bill. And I don't mean make them pay like $1,000 a month.
Sure.
But maybe a couple $100 and then put it away in an IRA for them. And then when they go out on their own, they'll have some money saved.
Oh, I love that. That's smart. My mind immediately went to, I got to charge my 10 and 7-year-old rent. But this is adult
children who are not in college. If you're in college, that's your job.
Okay.
If you're out of school and you're back at home, you need to have a job and you need to pay some bills.
You really do. Okay, you heard it from Buffy. All right. What steps as parents can we take, though, to promote the financial dependency besides like charging them rent? Is there something else that I should be doing or even instilling in a younger child so they develop those habits?
I mean, just start talking about money.
Okay.
That it seems so easy, but no one does it. Like we've talked to our nephews, Jalen and Aiden, as early as 6 and 7 years old, given them a debit card, taught them about investing in compound interest. Once you start those discussions, then they understand that money needs to work for them and not mom and dad or my human ATM machine.
Okay, so early as 6 and 7, and then you do recommend getting them a debit card. I think that's so important because they start to kind of connect the dots, so to speak.
I prefer credit, but with little kids, I know that they have the little debit cards for the children, and primarily it's so that you can monitor their transactions and go over with them like what they're spending their money on.
Okay, yeah, I like that too, and then go over it. Okay, major change can be like deregulating for our kids. So how can we offer support and then also set those boundaries, Buffy?
So, you've been taking care of these people for 20 years or 30 years in some cases. Don't just all of a sudden say, you know what? We're done. I'm not going to take care of you anymore. It's jarring. So you need to explain that change can be complex. You need to be sensitive, have some emotional support for your kid, and have open and honest dialogue. When they come to you, still help them, wean them off. Don't just cold turkey with them.
I was going to ask you that because should we just, make a hard line in the sand? But you say maybe give them a 30-day window or something.
Right, and set expectations. Maybe put a contract together and say, this is what you're going to do, and these are the goals that we're going to meet. And if they falter, it's okay. just start over again.
Right, right. And I'm sure if you are supporting them, you will be loving and kind while you do that.
Right.
Yeah. All right, Buffy, where can we go for more information on budgeting and saving?
Well, of course, I'm going to say my book, Crawl Before You Ball.
Yes, I love it.
And you can follow me anywhere on social media. But also, there are lots of resources out there available. Just budgeting, and helping your kids with finances.
All right, Buffy, thank you so much. Please do follow her on Instagram. I do. You won't regret it. At Buffie Purselle. She's a fun follow. Thank you, my friend.